Hello folks, welcome to MRReddy Automation. In this video, we are going to learn about TestNG assertions. I am going to cover what is assertion and what are the different types of assertions available in TestNG. First, let us see what exactly assertion. We can say assertion is a checkpoint or verification point to compare both expected and actual value. If both values are equal, then test will be passed. Else, test will be failed. Now let us see about types of assertions. TestNG support two types of assertions, hard assertion and soft assertion. Hard assertion belongs to assert class and soft assertion belongs to soft assert class. So what is the difference between hard assertion and soft assertion? In case of hard assertion, it compares expected value and actual value. If both values are not equal, then assertion will be failed. When assertion is failed, then it doesn't execute following steps. What does it mean? This is test 1. It contains a list of steps. Okay, step 1 and step 2. Just assume we have added assertion statement here. Okay, this is blue color line. After that, it has couple of statements. So if the assertion is failed, just assume, then it won't execute step 3 and step 4. It will skip these two steps and it will execute next test. Okay. This is the case for hard assertion. But coming to the soft assertion, it will also compare both expected and actual value. If both values are equal, then assertion will be passed, and if both values are not equal, then assertion will be failed. Okay. If the assertion is failed, then it will continue with rest of the steps. Okay. If you take the same example, just assume it is the soft assertion and assertion is failed. Okay. Then it will execute step 3 and step 4 as well. But in case of hard assertion, it won't execute these statements. Okay, that is difference between hard assertion and soft assertion. Both contains few methods. These are commonly used assertion methods. Assert equals, assert not equals, assert true, assert false. Okay. Assert equals means it will compare both expected and actual value. If both values are equal, then test will be passed. Else test will be failed. Assert not equals means it compares both expected and actual value. If the assertion is not equal, then test will be passed. It is quite opposite to assert equals. Okay. Next, assert true means it will compare Boolean value. Okay. In our test scripts, sometimes statement will be written either true or false, Boolean value. Assert true means it will compare the true value. If the Boolean value is true, then test will be passed. Okay. Coming to the assert false, if the statement returns false, then test will be passed. Okay. Let's take a look at implementation so that you will get more context. Here we have test 1 and test 2. It is having couple of statements and test 2 is having couple of statements. First, let us add hard assertion. Assert dot assert equals, right? We can provide expected and actual value. Hello. Hello. Okay. It will compare these two values. Both are equal, right? As we discussed, if both are equal, then it will be passed. Okay, let me execute now. Yeah, test is passed. You can observe here. Okay, this is test 1. Test 1 execution is completed. This is test 2. Test 2 execution is completed. Okay, it is working fine. Now, this is expected. Just assume actual value is something like this high. Intentionally, I want to fail this test. Okay, now let us see. Yeah, see here, this is test 1. Okay, this statement is executed, but after that it got failed. Okay, why it got failed? You can notice here expected high, actual hello. If you mouse over here, you can see syntax. First one is actual value, second one is expected value. This is expected, this is actual. Okay, but both are not equal. That's why script got failed. So if you observe here, this statement is not executed. Why? Because it got failed and it is hard assertion. Whenever assertion is failed, it won't execute rest of the statements. And next test will be executed. Okay, test 2. That is hard assertion behavior. Now let us try to implement soft assertion. For soft assertions, it is class, default class. Okay, no need to declare assert class. For soft assertion, we have to declare soft assert class. Soft assert reference variable equal to new soft assert. Okay, let me comment this one. Instead of assert, we have to use this reference variable. Yeah, see here, this is test 1. Test 1, this it got failed. Okay, test 1 execution is completed. It is showing test 1 execution. So all these statements are executed. Even assertion is failed. Okay, but here it is showing both are passed. Even it is failed, assertion is failed, it is showing test is passed. It doesn't make sense, right? When the test is failed, it should display this test got failed and it should continue with this statement. But in this case, it is showing both are passed. So to avoid this, what can we do? We have another method, soft assert dot assertor. We have to add this statement at the end of test when we use soft assertions. Okay. Now let me execute and see the results. Yeah, this time the test 1 got failed and this statement also executed. See here, it is failed and test 1 execution is completed. This statement also executed, right? But the test is failed. Expected high, actual hello. Okay, test 2 passed. There is no issue. I hope you got the difference between soft assertion and hard assertion. Hard assertion, nothing but whenever that assertion is failed, it doesn't execute rest of the statements. But in case of soft assertions, it will execute rest of the statements even assertion is failed. Now let us see some real-time scenarios. Next, I want to verify page title from our website, MRReddy Automation. How can you see title? Just open source code and see the here title. Okay, MRReddy. Okay, this is the title. I want to verify this one. This is expect title. MRReddy. Okay. Expected and actual. Just I added this assertion method. Assert equal. Okay. Let me execute this one and see the results. Both are equal, right? This is expected, actual is MRReddy. Test is passed. Why? Because both are equal. Okay, now let me change this one. Just something. Okay, automation. I have given this one. Now it will be failed, right? Why? Because both are not equal. Yeah, application is opened. Yeah, test failed. The reason is expected automation, actual MRReddy. Okay, it is displaying this message. It is about assert equals. Okay, next one is assert not equals. In this case, if both are not equal, then script will be passed. Okay, what is the expected title here? This is the expected. Okay, but actually it will capture MRReddy. Okay, now let me add actual title. Okay, actual title. This is actual title. This is expect title, right? So both are not equal. Script will be passed, right? Why? Because assert not equals. If both are not equal, then test will be passed. Okay. It is quite opposite to assert equals. Yeah, test passed. Now assert true. Here what we are verifying, just if you go to playground buttons, right? Here we have login. Just we are verifying whether it is enabled or not. It is enabled, right? If it is enabled, it will be written true. This is enabled method. If it is in enabled status, it will be written true, else it will be written false. Assert to true. This is the method. We are verifying whether it is written true or false. Okay, if it returns true, then this assertion will be passed. Okay, if it returns false, then this assertion will be failed. Let me execute and see the results. Test fast. Why? Because it is written true. See here. Next one is assert false. Assert false means it is expecting false value. Okay. Here we are verifying this button, whether it is enabled or disabled. Okay. It is in disabled state, right? Is enabled return false. Why? Because this button is in disabled state. Okay. We are verifying that value using assert false. Okay. Let me execute and see the results. Yeah, see here, test is passed. Why? Because the return value is false. It is not in enabled state. This is how we can use assertions. We have two types, right? Hard assertions and soft assertions. But you can use any one of these as per your requirement. In some test cases, you might want to execute complete test case even though some steps are failed. In that case, you can go with soft assertions. This is all about assertions. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.